The hype around the concept of guilds has been steadily rising over the past few years, and everybody wants to know whether and how guilds work. So we want to give you an inside look into how the Wix server guild works, sharing some exciting stats and achievements from 2021. Before we do that, let's clarify some terms. The Server Guild is a community of all our amazing server developers dedicated to continually growing, sharpening our professional skills, knowledge sharing, training, formalizing guidelines, and facilitating infrastructure. Let's understand some of the guild's concepts. Every Thursday, all of our server developers break away for 3 hours of talks. Knowledge sharing, training, and hands-on workshop. Yes, every week, 3 hours of sharpening our skills and extending our knowledge.
In 2021, we had 32 guild days, including 55 inspiring talks, 8 hands-on workshops, dozens of group coding sessions and design practices, all held in 5 sites around the globe. We learned endless topics, but to name a few major ones: design at scale trade-offs and guidelines, open platform and API design, digging into Scala and Node internals, and so much more. All of this while having lots of fun coding, learning together, and feeling part of something bigger, especially during these COVID social distancing days.
Oh, and we didn't mention Guild Week. A Guild Week is a week once in a quarter where you move away from your team, pair with another team, and do something outside of your regular day-to-day. What can you do in a Guild Week? Well, you can join other team and work on different products, contribute to the server infrastructure, do open source, research, build your personal brand via preparing a talk or blog post, or bring your own side projects. In 2021, we had hundreds of Guild Week in 4 sites and 16 tracks.
On the guideline side, we created design guidelines collecting our lessons learned from hundreds of dev years of sweat and tears designing distributed systems at scale. These include data modeling guidelines, microservices granularity, sync versus async considerations, caching best practices, and much more.
We also recruited 129 new engineers and grew by 30% during 2021. Every server developer takes part in interviews, so we all get to pick the people that we work with, improving our interviewing skills and help each other with the recruitment load. We also doubled our interview questions bank, while the guild took part formalizing and trying out the new questions. Hiring does not end with interviews and continues with successful onboarding. Newcomers onboarded with our 4-week self-driven onboarding lab and 2 weeks of our server crash course, so they get to release their first service to production while getting to know our elaborated infrastructure hands-on from their first week at Wix. When our server engineers feel they are up to a new challenge, we encourage and help them to move to a different team or even to a different profession. In 2021, we helped facilitate the mobility, which is moving between teams, of 78 server engineers, which is 17% of our workforce.
So, we had a fantastic 2021. May we have a great 2022 as well. Interested in hearing more about guilds? Read my blog post and feel free to reach out.